Hello.
We're not mad, we're just disappointed.
We're about to introduce our top 10 worst songs by good bands.
They can do so much better.
They really can, John. Why didn't they? Why didn't they do better?
I don't know. Maybe it was a full moon.
Or a harvest full moon. Check out our last video.
Either way.
So sad.
So sad. So sad. Aww. Alright, my number 10 is Not by Cake. And
No.
This is maybe one of the few ones on here that just inspires boredom rather than anger. This
And
is,
pain.
Yep, this is The Overload by Talking Heads. And
Okay.
this is just like
Yeah.
6 minutes of nothing. It's apparently maybe inspired by them listening to Joy Division, but
Right.
it really, what they took from that was not any of the good parts.
All of the bad parts. I barely remember how it sounds, which is a terrible sign.
Yeah. It's a small stain on Remain in Light, which is otherwise pretty much flawless.
Oh, yes. I mean, my favorite album of theirs for sure. Just too bad about the Overload thing. Anyway, my list already starts with a slight amount of pain, but least so with Armistice Day by Midnight
You're
Oil.
watching people fighting.
You're watching people losing on Armistice Day. And just like this. Bow, bow,
The
bow.
locals do the lynching. The TV never lies.
Every part and everything about this song plods. And especially for like a decent concept.
I kind of like it.
It just plods, of course you do.
Yeah, Mia heard this through me. I was like, Mia, you're not gonna like this song.
You're watching. Yeah, he knows me. He knows me quite well. At least I would hope, right?
TV
It's like a clumsy elephant. All right. Anyway,
All right,
we'll
my
save the
number-
real rants for later.
Yes, my number 9 is a band who love their choruses. They really love their choruses, especially on their past 20 years of albums. This is one that
Oh
goes
boy, I
especially
wonder.
far. This is The Nomad by Iron
Yup!
Maiden. There are a lot of
I
ones
knew
I
it was
could
gonna be
pick
the
for
band.
that. Yup, The Thin Line Between Love and Hate off the same album would be another good pick for this. This is where they start
Brave
making...
New World
Yeah,
itself.
they start making 4 or 5 minute songs 8 or 9 minutes just by repeating the chorus a couple dozen times. And this, like the parts of this that aren't the chorus are like fine. It's got some kind of like
No,
riff.
mad! And
yeah,
you get
some
back to
kind
that.
of riff trying vaguely to sound oriental and like some fine guitar, but
I am kind of surprised you hate this more than you hate Man on the Edge or whatever it's called.
at least that one's 4 minutes long and like
Okay, fair
it's
enough.
fast. And
Fair
it's a
enough.
tribute to a great movie.
It is? I don't know.
it's
I haven't seen it.
Falling down.
I know, but I haven't seen it.
Falling down.
How do you know it's great?
I've seen the movie.
Is it actually
It's a
great?
great
Okay,
movie, yeah.
okay. It's just too bad about
They-
the
they-
falling down.
They just kind of take random like things from the like. Yeah, I don't think the song does really a good job of selling the movie.
No. All right. Number 9. God, I love this band. God, I hate this song. And yes, I
Hot
hate it even.
Space.
No. We'll
Not
get to
yet.
that later. I think this is even more offensive than their latest single, or not a single. Anyway, this is "It's Hard" by The Who. It's like
really
it's very
hard.
I don't know, even worse. It's like very very hard. It's very hard. And just Roger Daltrey is trying so hard to sell how hard
He's
it is.
trying
and
very hard.
He's
to
trying
sell.
very. I think the song even ends with something like "I'm thinking very hard." It's just like, yeah, we got it. Everything's so hard. It's so hard. Like the intro is fine. You get the verses are like, all right, this is kind of bad, but I don't know. Like maybe it'll build to a good chorus. Then it's like, it's very hard. It's very hard to believe that that it turned into that.
All right, The Who are also my number 8. My number 8 is a tie. This is 2 songs that are just dismally terrible, but kind of funny. So it's hard to hate them
Okay,
too
fair
much.
enough.
This is
I
a tie
bet I know
between
one of them.
Did You Steal
Yep.
My Money and Highly Suspicious by
Okay.
The Who and My Morning Jacket.
You
2
steal
very
my
different
money.
bands. Yeah,
Did you steal my
It's
money?
this like new
you
wave
steal
thing
my
where
money?
the chorus is, did you steal my money? Did
That's
you
like the
steal my money?
percussion.
And then they go into like, did you steal
My money.
And then Highly Suspicious is like,
Hey.
they're trying to be Prince or something.
They
have
end up
like
sounding
this,
like Towley from
this
South
like
Park.
funk bass, and then he's doing a ill-informed falsetto. Peanut butter pudding surprise.
Whatever that means.
It says peanut butter pudding surprise a
A
lot.
few times, yes.
Yeah, they must have been high.
As I said, he sounds like Towley from South Park on that one. I'm high. You want to get
Suspicious.
high?
And the backing vocals too.
They're
like,
the opposite
they
problem.
just say, suspicious.
Suspicious of you. The opposite problem of the lead vocals. Oh yeah. But I mean, that's totally fair. A few songs that probably should technically be on the list weren't because they're clearly like taking the piss.
Yes, that's also why they shared it. I don't know. Did you steal my money intended to be funny?
I mean, less so than Highly Suspicious. I was more saying for my own list,
Yeah.
it's like, this should be here, but it's not. This was clearly, yeah. This might be one of those, but if so, everyone missed the actual intention. This is one of the... Here we are. We're at the break of OREM. They've announced it. They're releasing 2 final songs to say goodbye with. I don't even remember what the other one is. I think it was better than this. A Month of Saturdays is one of them. Last output ever, everybody. We just want to say goodbye. Burn it. Give me a weekend. Ah. That's
I
really
don't think this is a real song.
But then why? Okay, well, nobody caught on to the fact that it wasn't a real song. And I read about this, like, you know, you look at the articles from the time, it's like totally amping this up, like from like, you know, third parties, like, you know, this is a new wave inspired number with that's very infectious, you know, it's infectious
like
in the wrong
herpes,
way. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's totally possible REM trolled us very successfully, but assuming they didn't, what the deuce?
All right, my number 7. This is he's trying. He's trying to get people to get along. You know.
Oh.
Really, it could be anything off this album, but this is "Make America Great Again" by Frank Turner. To be clear, he is not. This is an anti-Trump song. But this is a
painful anyway.
Yeah, this entire album is this painful. Like, can't we all get along with the people trying to like shut down the healthcare and ban abortions?
And haven't you figured out? No, we can't by now.
No.
You're smarter than this,
well,
Frank.
In Britain, they're not quite as aggressive, so maybe
but
they
we're
haven't figured it out
mentioning
there.
Trump,
but
guys.
We got a Trump song.
Maybe they have more hope for us Americans than they should. I don't know.
And the chorus is just so cheesy. It's like, let's make America great again by making racists ashamed again.
Oh.
It's like, his heart's in the right place, but
but
I'm not sold on that one. Not sold on that album as a whole.
Not even really sold on the video, which I had high hopes for when he showed up in that wonderfully patriotic tuxedo. But then, I don't know, it's just everyone holding up.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, but I don't know, it should have been more fun than that. Anyway. Alright, now we're getting to the territory where if these songs were any longer, they would be tier S bad songs. But mercifully, actually A Month of Saturdays is one of those. Mercifully, they are 2 minutes or shorter. The first one of these is Wild Honey Pie by the Beatles off the White Album, which is short. It's like less than 2 minutes.
And it's
but
unlistenable.
It's totally unlistenable.
My number 6 is Revolution 9, also off the White Album. People have talked enough about that, so yeah.
They're unlistenable in very different directions, I think.
Weird, unlistenable things by the Beatles.
But it's like, this one is at least short. But I don't necessarily think they were trying to be comedic about it. I think it's been labeled as like a plea for love. Honey pie! Honey pie! Alright, well, I guess you've gotten your numbers. Anyone else, anything else you'd like to say about... Alright, and the next one, this is the last one in the series of mercifully short, terrible songs. John, you understand. Dog Paddle by Modest Mouse.
Oh, yeah. Well,
everyone has swapped instruments for a terrible reason.
Instruments to ones that they don't normally play,
Okay, but so did the Talking Heads on This Must Be the Place, and it worked.
Yeah.
On this one, this is just... I'm down! It's like the world.
Well, it's not known, they also switched songwriters for this one. Their songwriter is the guy behind the counter at the gas station.
The one you mentioned in All Night Diner?
Yeah.
That explains a lot. Why did they let this happen then? Did they ever listen back and think this was a terrible plan? They're just dog paddle. It's a dog paddle. It's like the world's most painful round. It's like row, row, row your boat, but horrifying.
Yeah, that's a legit choice. All of their, like, weird abrasive songs didn't make my list because I kind of appreciate them, but I can definitely see this one being out here.
I was leaning towards whatever the song is about, the long times inside the car, building up in hundreds of miles. And he gets to, 900 miles, an arbitrary... Okay, it's an arbitrary number he gets to, and he's like, real long time inside a car! 1,000 is fine for some reason. Maybe he just gave up.
Yeah, he's given up at that point.
He didn't give up at 900, though. That's about the point that he's just, had enough.
All right, Mia, there are a lot of bad covers out there.
Yes.
A lot of them are by bad groups or people.
Yes.
Like, Hillary Duff is not going to be on this list because she's not a good artist.
She's also terrible.
Here's an artist you might argue whether they're good or not. But I like a couple of their albums. Mm-hmm. They have some good songs. But this is In the Fade, covered by Third Eye Blind.
Oh, God! I forgot about this!
This is, they have a cover album. I think all the covers on it are bad. But this is
so hard to forget this one,
might be the worst because they take a great song, this kind of moody, trippy song by Queens of the Stone Age. Entirely. They remove it, they kind of turn into this...
I'm disappearing in the fade!
It's something they'd be waving a glow stick to, at a
no.
show. Yeah, this is a terrible...
Why did you bring this up? Were they do you think they were trying to pull a semi-charmed lifestyle thing where it's happy but actually really depressing? Or
I don't know.
I hope not.
I think they're just doing it like their other songs and really
failing
did not
miserably.
Work.
Yeah. All right, now we're getting into the songs that are painful and long, or at least average length. The first one of these, led by Neil Young, but credited to, and really by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. This is a number, John, I think, has thankfully never had to hear this one, but now I'm going to have to...
Does it have any whales in it?
No, it hasn't got any whales in it, John. That's another one that I love and you hate. This is American Dream, which... It's only this low...
All of which are American Dream.
It's only this low on the list because the lyrics are actually alright. But the music is just... It starts off and continues on with the world's most, It's a flute. I don't even know if it's a real flute. And it goes...
It's a ringtone.
It's it's also it's just so
It sounds like a children's song.
Yeah, but it's so not. I think it's about a politician having a sex scandal, and so it's just making it even less understandable. It's I used to see on every TV your smiling face looking back at me, and in between each pair of lines, and it's then they caught you with the girl next door. People's money piled on the floor.
Well, you see, Bobby, when a politician has a secretary and she has great gams, then that's when he gets arrested.
Anyway, I'm done with this.
All right, my number 4 is an entire album.
Good.
This is The Astonishing by Dream
Theater.
Yes,
no.
This
Explain,
is
please.
this awful concept album. I don't remember a lot of the details because it was so bad. I just know I remember we have the spreadsheet where we rate some things. I know I gave this a 0. Yeah.
Which is rare even for
What
John.
is it somebody trying to save the music or something?
It's
the music.
Yeah, the music
dystopia.
I don't know. It's a dystopia where music's not allowed, and that can work if it's cheesy.
2112 was good.
2112 was good. The We Will Rock You musical made it into a comedy, which is about appropriate.
And this is just...
This
and
is
the
not
songs
either.
aren't good. They brought in some other vocalists, I think.
Maybe? I think Lizzie Hale was on a single version of one of them.
Okay, just one of them. All right. But they
I
had
don't
some
care.
just awful.
They had just I think they were trying to throw back to rock musicals of the past and quoting the worst parts of them, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. So, yeah, good choice. All right, here we go with the thing we're going to disagree on, though, John.
All right.
We saw this before, but I need to bring it back because it's that terrible, especially for They Might Be Giants.
Aw.
Which I just...
It's such a charming song. Also, this is like 2 minutes long, so this should have been
Yeah, okay,
earlier
but no,
part.
but no, it shouldn't have.
Yo.
This is well, okay, yeah, it's 2 minutes long. It's 2 minutes. They get straight to the meat of the terrible things.
They got the whistling. It's just like a charming song.
Yo. I don't know.
I don't understand.
They bought it. They bought
so
it. They bought like a Casio keyboard from a decades old garage sale. Like they stopped bothering selling anything. Now they just left them out in the yard. They were like, here's a keyboard. Let's whistle over it. Let's talk about how sad this guy is, and in a really annoying way. I don't know.
This is just like a charming kid's song.
And I'll and I see that for a lot of They Might Be Giant songs. I love them a bit for that reason, but I don't know, something about Mr. Me just grates, and I don't know.
Yo.
Yeah, maybe it's that.
Yo.
Why are you a giraffe?
Yo.
It's a giraffe from the Toys R Us commercial singing along. All right, yo.
You ended up sad.
Okay.
Ended up sad.
Oh, now you're making this adorable. Maybe I have to take this off the list now.
Sad.
I want to see a giraffe do Mr. Me. Aw, man.
All right, for my number 3, I need to do a dramatic reading.
Oh, God.
This is 2 bands. This is a tie.
All right.
2 bands realizing there's this new thing called computers.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right. I quote, here's the first one, Virtuality by Rush.
Oh, no.
Net boy, net girl, send your impulse round the world.
What?
Put your message in a modem and throw it in the cyber sea.
What does that even mean?
Astronauts in the weightlessness of pixelated space exchange
God.
graffiti with a disembodied race.
It's
I can
AOL.
hold the future in my virtual hand.
Just your virtual one, though.
They have they get a little bit less. They get a little bit more blame than my other one that's tied here because they wrote that in
Let me guess.
1997.
Yup.
Yeah, you guessed right. The other one is Networking by Warren Zevon. Here's your dramatic reading of this.
And when did this come out, for context?
1989.
Okay.
So it was at least new. Networking. I'm user-friendly. Networking. I install with ease. Data processed. Truly basic. I will upload you. You can download me.
How is it that once you're uploaded, you can download something, first of all? Just how does that work
There's
technologically?
a long, hard road and a full, hard drive. All right, at least that's a play on words.
I just want to know, John, you're the computer scientist. How is it that once something is uploaded, it can download something? Is that possible? Is it possible?
Maybe he uploads, I don't know.
No? Okay, what I'm hearing is don't bother explaining. All right. We're now getting into the really guys you know better by now. Starting with this first one. Okay. There were a couple of Muse songs that should technically have been on this list.
Madness.
Nah, I like
Supermassive
Madness,
Black
okay.
Hole.
Supermassive Black Hole. Nah,
That
but it's
one
not
where
as
they
bad as
rap
this.
on the new album.
Propaganda I left off because it's clearly humor.
City of Delusion.
Wait a minute.
I'm just trolling with that one.
But like there's a lot of indications of like we were laughing in the studio when we did this, but Explorers off the Second Law album is not one of them. This is I don't know what happened here. People sat around the table and said, "Okay, we're Muse. What are all the like pieces of us that if you did too much of it, people would be like, this isn't a good band anymore."
Breathing,
over dramatic vocals, painful sounding piano, with like an electronic thing, a terrible repetitive
whatever they
chorus.
do where it goes dead inside.
They kind of brought that back. They were
Yeah.
like, "Free me, I'll free you, free me from this world. I don't belong here."
I hate it just hearing you do that.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
Yeah, imprisoning our souls. Yeah, we used the word soul. It just, Why? Why? It's 2013. You've been doing this for a while.
They had to let it all out of their system.
And then they didn't let it all out of their
No.
system because then they did Break It To Me and Propaganda and Aftermath off the Drones album. Which I otherwise is a great album, but guys.
All right, I didn't count Month of Saturdays as a song, so my number 2 instead is
Wheel,
Leave
wheel,
by
wheel,
R.E.M.
wheel,
This
wheel,
is just
wheel.
like, there's something like, it's like a 7-minute song, I think 4 minutes of it have this ear-splitting siren over them. Like, it's just unlistenable, it's atrocious.
Well, the thing about this song is that when we watched the live video of it at some point, and they left out the synth that it was actually a really good song, but in the studio version you can't tell.
Maybe you can make like a custom edit or something with that cut out.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to filter that one out in
Yeah.
Audacity, John.
That might just all be one pitch you could filter out or something.
Oh.
Yeah, even off
Not
a
worth
great
trying,
album, lots
probably.
of great songs on New Adventures in Hi-Fi. That is not one of them. I was also considering Blue off their final album with the just Blue and the
Blue,
spoken word
blue,
rant, but
Blue.
it wasn't as bad as the sirens.
I remember that you hadn't. I ruined a song for you because you hadn't noticed the pager sounds on
you haven't.
how
I
the,
still
how
like
the
it.
West was won and where it got us.
I still like it.
It's like a dog whistle. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the. Okay, I guess this was only their third album. I don't care. It was the closer. I don't care. It's bad. This is Hats Off to Roy Harper by Led Zeppelin. I think it's a cover. Who cares? It starts off with like this like trippy and then the guitar. Jimmy Page's least rhythmic guitar work. It's just like it should just be like a loop. Robert Plant said, "Gonna get over, baby, I believe." What? This isn't a song. It's a great album. Why'd you close it with this? Say good. I don't know what how much caffeine Robert Plant had before recording this one. Does he know what he's saying? Is there anything being said? I don't.
I would have put Black Dog on my list, but this list was bad songs by good groups.
Really? It's
So-
not. You cannot say Bad Zeppelin are a not good group. Come on. What is your problem with Led Zeppelin? Jesus.
And so they
Explain.
didn't make the list for that reason. All right, my number 1 is Good Old Fashioned
I knew
Lover
this
Boy
was
by
coming
Queen.
at some point. Damn it,
Like,
John. But this is but John, you didn't pick the one that reminds you of the song from the
I
It's
just
Always
assumed
Sunny.
this is that one.
You-
They're all the
who
same.
cares?
Like doo-doo-ba-doo, I'm a fop.
I'm a fop, yeah, they never actually
This
say.
should be in a 1920 silent film. Ding-a-ding-a-ding-doo-doo-doo.
To be fair, so should some of the Fratelli songs, but we like them. Like Henrietta, that should be 1920s silent
They've
film.
got that
Creeping up the back
scousy
stairs.
vocal, yeah, on it.
Maybe that's the difference, and not the foppish. But actually, my number 1 though is also by Queen in a very different direction. This is fucking Body Language. I know I'm not the first person to say this. I know I won't be the last person to say this, but Jesus Christ!
This is off Hot Space, right?
Yep, this is off Hot Space. You know what? Hot Space isn't even necessarily a terrible album. Okay, it's like it's got Under Pressure on it. That right there redeems it. It's got Back Chat. I like Back Chat. Body Language though. It's like, okay, they took a keyboard. They didn't even bother with they didn't even bother with like almost any of the other instruments. This is just Freddie went into the studio, was like, fuck it, I'm putting this down.
Well, that's also what he did on those piano-y ones, isn't it? Like, those don't have the instruments.
No, those have instruments.
Do they have instruments?
They
Is
have
Danny
everybody
Boy,
else
Lover
there.
Boy, I
Yep,
Want
that's got
You?
instruments.
Does that have
Everyone's
instruments?
involved
Okay.
there.
So they're all culpable.
They're all culpable for, yeah, this one really is Freddie's responsible. Although, maybe Brian may have an argument with him as like, alright, I need to like redeem this somehow. Let me add 2 notes of guitar over here. Other than that, and then just John and Roger did not want to get involved remotely. And then if you watch the music video, everyone's
Yeah, we were
miserable.
out on the yacht at the time.
Out on the yacht.
It was a great day. We came back, there was this here, like an unflushed turd, and we were just like, well,
It's not our
It's
responsibility.
on the record, I
And
guess.
then they made you be in the music video anyway. The music video overall is terrible. I don't know. Culturally significance, it was the first one to be banned on MTV. It wasn't actually that bad, but my point is just they all look like they'd rather be shot than be there right now, except for Freddie. Freddie loves it. Freddie's all over it. This is Freddie's fault. Love Freddie, but God.
Now, until next time, get better, artists.
Please.